Hey there, art supply fans. Got a box opening for you from Jerry's Artorama. You can almost see that. Jerry's Artorama. Oop, don't want to mash it up too much. I ordered a few. I can't even remember what I ordered. Damn. I ordered a couple days ago. But I also ordered, they have a section called the Try It section. Ooh, that's good and loud. And in the Try It section, they just have like $1, $2, $3 items. So I got a few of those. We'll have to see. Look at the box. Couldn't this open easy? Is that top pulled nicely? The sides don't seem to. Maybe I should open this before I start the video. People always say that, but whatever. There we go. What did I get here? Let's see. Got some bubble wrap. Oh, this is the bubble wrap that doesn't have one bubble goes into the other. We got Copic Sketch empty markers. Look at, see that white up there? There's no ink in these. I got these because a little while ago I've been buying different colored inks, and I got a couple of these, and it said that these have ball bearings in them to shake it up. It said that you can fill refillable markers with these inks. And I thought I had a couple of refillable markers. I did not. So this ink has been sitting around for a month or two, waiting for me to make another order. So now I'm going to fill these markers with this ink just to see how that works. I was like, that's kind of a cool idea. I can put some ink I could never possibly get in a marker and put it in a marker. Then we've got Liquitex ink. I've been buying colored inks. What color is this? Where are my glasses so I can read? I'm in the middle of this one back here. Still working on it. This is dioxine purple. You can't. It looks black in here because it's a dark purple. So dioxine purple. That's one of the colors I got. I got another one. What does this one say? Oh, deep violet. Looks like I was going for the purples and violets in this batch. You can see that color a little bit better. It's not quite as dark as the dioxine. Oh, I think I see one more ink bottle in there. Where is it? There we go. This one is yellow medium azo. AZO. Oh, nice bright yellow. Needed another. I think I only had one yellow. I had primary yellow. But this is yellow medium azo. So we'll add I'm still working on that ink style that I've been like this year. I decided to get a whole bunch of colored inks, which I've never really worked with before. So that I can work out a new style with colored ink. Oh, Copic ink. Looks like I got one color Copic ink. YR15 pumpkin yellow, a refill. Once again, I'm going to complain that they made their refills half the size. Their refills used to be 25 milliliters. Now they're 12 milliliters and the same price. That does not sit well with me. But I needed some more of this ink, so I got some. And that's also another reason I'm trying out these blank markers with the other. That other ink is pretty cool and cheaper. What else did I get? Oh, this is some of the Try It stuff. Oh, this is one of. I got a little eraser. This is one of the. I was just like, all right, I'll try. Just like $1 for that eraser. So I'm like, we'll give that a try. Oh, and this is the big thing I got, which is all folded up. This is a soft side portfolio because I've got about 30 of these done that they need a spot. Usually I put them in, I have a bunch of hard portfolios, but they're $50, $60 a piece. And this one is a soft portfolio, and it was $15. So I figured I'd give it a try because I'm using it just to store paper. There we go. The paper itself is pretty thick, so I can fit a good 30 drawings in there and tuck it away somewhere. That's my plan for that portfolio. Then we've got, what else do we got here? Oh, this is some, I think this is one of this is one of the try-its. It was only a few dollars. It's 5x7 watercolor paper, and it's a bunch of different watercolor papers. So, watercolor board, there we go. Whoops. There's the different watercolor boards. I can see here there's, oh, this is some pretty thick stuff. This is actual board. This isn't paper. This is, look at how thick that is. Wow. We'll give that a try. See, I've never even used, I've used illustration board, but not watercolor board. So this is new to me. I'll have to try that out. So got some of that to try out. Once again, this was only $2-3. This that, and here's another one I got. A pack of 3 fluid watercolor paper, hot press finish. This was just $1, I think, for a pack of 3 8x10 sheets of paper. Another thing to try out. And then I threw in, looks like some brushes and a marker. I think there were like some, once again, these brushes were not expensive. And I was just like, all right, throw a cup. The brushes were like 2 brushes for $2. So I was like, you know what? We got a filbert and a round there. I don't know if I'll ever use that filbert. The round is awfully tiny too. Sometimes it's tough to tell how big these brushes are. I prefer my brushes bigger than that. But, you know, I'm always willing to try new things. And this is the real one. Here we go. This is a Kolinsky Sable number 3. This is a $20 brush. This I bought for real because I needed a new Creative Mark Kolinsky. I've never tried this brand. But I figured this is for inking. Like I use these brushes for inking this big stuff and for inking my comic book stuff. So I figured I'd give one of this brand a try and see how good it was. You can tell it's fancy. It comes in this tube. So you know, don't want to put that one in with the other brushes. Then we got a little. Once again, this I think mimic Kolinsky. So this is I think an artificial Kolinsky. You can see how small that tip is though. And these 2 tips are really small. Let's pull one off. This is a black artificial sable brush. We'll see how that is at anything. Like I said, I just bought these because they were like, you know, $1 a brush. And they're like, try one out. I was like, you know what? For $1, I'll try it out. And then I got this marker. Concept dual tip marker. I've never tried one of these before. There's the bullet side, the bullet tip. We'll get it against my forehead so you can see it. There's the bullet tip. I wonder what the other side is. Chisel tip or brush? Chisel tip. I've never had much use for these chisel tips. I use them when making these drawings against straight edges. I use the chisel tip. But I've never tried this brand, Concept Mark. I've never tried this brand before. They had this for $1, so I figured I'd try it out. But this eraser really looks like a bar of soap. But the shape kind of attracted me. I was like, let's try that little shape. But, you know, the stuff I really needed was that portfolio case, these inks, the empty markers, the refill marker. What else was the that brush? Those are the things I really needed and had why I had to put this order in. And you know, those other little brushes and stuff were just for fun. Oh, another thing I just recently got is I've been getting these gridded rulers, which are really good. I haven't used one of these since the 90s because I actually have been using a gridded triangle for like the past 25 years, but it's so old and worn, my grid is wearing out. So I ended up getting, matter of fact, the other one, a 12-inch gridded ruler, what is this, a 15-inch gridded ruler, maybe probably 16-inch gridded ruler. And this one I just got this week it's got the angles on it. What is that? A protractor gridded ruler. So I was like, you know, may as well give that one a try too. And I was just using it on this and drawing these angles right here. I like set it down there and managed to mark off little ticks on the edge of these where those angles were, and then just connected the little ticks I made with the center. So this came in handy even today. So, oh, and then one other thing, I ordered another one of these big rulers, because what I did with it, hold on a second, let me show you this. I have this tool I use all the time. I got this back in the 90s and I love it. It's for making these parallel lines here. And what it is, it's just a guide. If you look here, there's a little over here is like 1 to 5 millimeters, and you turn this little knob, and then I hit this thumb piece, and the ruler moves over exactly that amount. So I can make perfectly straight parallel lines with it. I love it. I've been using it since the 90s. You can't get this anymore. They had one with a longer bar too, and I always wish I had bought the one with the longer bar, because like this one can't even go, this one's like 8 inches. It doesn't even go all the way across like a comic book page that's 10 inches wide. It's just short. That's always bothered me. Then when I just got these gridded rulers, I was like, why don't I try using one of these gridded rulers? Because as you can see here, that hooks into that little notch there. So I actually just this week bought an extra long gridded ruler, and I went and I cut my own notch in it. And it worked pretty well so far. I mean, it's not perfect because this one has a little more weight to it and a little more bevel. I might have to like put a couple lines of tape or something under there to level it out a little more, but it worked pretty well in my first go. But you can see I just traced this one right over it, and now I can clamp this ruler in. So there you go. And this is called, and who makes this is Haff, H-A-F-F. And I've looked for these online and everything. You just can't get them anymore. It's like a half hatching machine, I think it's called. And like I said, I've been using it since the 90s, and it's just one of my favorite tools. And I'm glad I adapted this to it this week. But we got inks, we got markers, we got a portfolio case, and you guys all have a good week out there.